to have you with us from Faroe Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. It's the LSU Tigers and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Palmer, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sideline. We check in with her now.
Guys, the Tigers head coach told me pregame he is so pleased with the way this quarterback is playing. As you know, he was a transfer coming in, and they didn't know what they were getting exactly. But he has become one of the leaders of this team. He has proven that he can carry them. If he keeps playing like this, the sky's the limit. I'll keep you posted on how he's settling in here early to start this game. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of...
Makes a grab and room to run. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? Sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Nice run there, picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. I wonder how much fun this is for him. The head coach trying to take down the old alma mater across the way.
Yeah, I think these are always mixed emotions and how you feel about this, playing your old squad. Like, it's something about it, I'm sure, that's nostalgic, and all the memories probably come flooding back. But there's also a competitive element, Palmer, that you want to beat this squad. Like, this is the next team in your way for you accomplishing your goals and dreams.
Yeah, he's probably experiencing the emotional spectrum coming into this game, but make no mistake about it. He has to separate himself from his past allegiances and understand he's the home team. He wants this crowd to get in this football game. You know, he just gave a rousing speech to his guys in the locker room before taking the field. He wants...
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Here's Simmons to throw. On the move. He's going to take off. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Gets it to the back. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Gets drilled as he throws. The big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they were aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Throwing, Lewis. Oh, pressure's coming. Out wide left, it's Watkins. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out. But to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
Really nice awareness that time by the quarterback. He knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up the first down. He's scrambling on that play, and there are a lot of guys out there that would slide, that would try to run out of bounds, protect themselves, but that was really tough what he did. He put his body on the line to go pick up that first.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Here's Lewis to throw. Left side, it's Brown. There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Tigers have their offense in high gear. Lewis to throw. Moves to his right. Fires downfield. Out wide right, it's Harris. Got the first down with the throw, and he'll get more after taking that shot. It'll be a roughing penalty. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. I know there's pressure, especially in this area of the field, to get to the quarterback, but you can't give up a 1st and goal there. He'll take it himself. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
And, man, that is a great tackle. And your safeties have to be great tacklers, especially nowadays with all these quarterbacks that want to run. These good athletes like this guy right here, nice job being in space, getting him to the ground. That is a tough ask, but, man, did he do it right there.
Lewis. Touchdown, Tigers. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Hold and fire complete. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Looking down the middle. Fires and picked off. Great place to start for this offense. The give to Caden Durham. Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. Guys, LSU has the lead here. We've put 1 in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. They'll give it on the counter. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. He's going to run it. Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Here comes the heat. And down he goes.
And you try to catch him off balance, maybe on 1st down and goal right here, a situation where maybe you sneak in a pass, defense was ready, got the sack. Now you got to be a little bit more creative now that you got the negative play. The offense, I know you've worked this all week. You got to get ready to execute in the red zone.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Sends it back in motion. Throwing, Lewis. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
All right, defense, nice job early in the game, playing well with your backs against the wall. Job's not over yet, though. This is an offense that has shown that they can go for it on 4th down, especially during these situations.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Pulled and finds his man on the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. The analytics nerds will tell you that a 4-yard pickup on first down is a successful play. Let's see what they have on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Hardy. He's stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Back's got it on the screen. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Got him on the RPO. Shakes a man, and he might take off. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I got to be honest, guys. I'm a little surprised by the coverage on that play. It's 3rd and short. You can't allow a hitch route to pick up the first down. You've got to have way tighter coverage than that.
Looking for the edge. Rides the option. He keeps it. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Throwing Simmons. Look out. Trying to buy time. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons on 3rd. Stopped just short of the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and that'll set him up with a first down.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there, and that time
makes the catch, and he's free. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the first. Trying the run, it's Hardy. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Missouri!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Out wide left, it's Green. And he's brought down after a nice gain. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Play fake, Lewis. Right side, it's Thomas. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays, they can run people over, they can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Unleashes one deep. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. The screen, he can go. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Simmons. They're all over him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Reels it in. Spins away from the defense. He came flying up from his free safety position and stopped him well short. In fact, he'll be about 3 yards behind the marker, and it's 4th down. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Arkansas taking on the number 6 team, the Florida Gators. And it's the Gators on the losing end right now of a tight one. This legit playoff contender kind of stumbled out of the gates. And while there is time to turn things around, they had better start soon.
Here's Lewis to throw. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll give it to Hardy. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. a quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. No reason to risk trying to...
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Subtitle accessibility option to toggle menu narration. Audio is only available when connected to servers.
That one, as it skips through the end zone, it'll be a touchback. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Lewis. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Buying time to his right. Out wide right, it's Harris. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Austin Simmons, the play fake. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense has it, they're on the move. Right down the gut of the field. Scooped and scored. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Number one job of a defense. Quarterback, get to him, make him a little bit flustered, uncomfortable. Jesse, his second fumble of the day, and this time it goes to the house.
Yeah, and David, you know as a former DN, the coaches were telling their guys, hey, you got him to fumble once. If you get close to him, strip away at that thing. Get your hands on him. The ball's going to come out again. That's exactly what happened. They were opportunistic, not just recovering it, scooping and scoring for a big TD.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Missouri's offense heads out, ready to go. Trying to get the corner. He'll pitch it. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Right back to Hardy. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And, man, you got to love the way the defense just took this field. Like, offense scores, cuts into the lead, and they had some juice, some energy, flying around, being physical, everybody getting to the football, and now forcing the punt and a chance to give the ball back to their offense to do some damage.
Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Hardy. Showing off the arms. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
Rush right in his face. He's sacked. This defense all over him. And no shortage of the big boys coming out of Baton Rouge as LSU's defense in the backfield again.
Yeah, you talk about tall, long, athletic, guys that get after the quarterback. LSU, they typically have a lot of those guys. That's a really fun thing to have when you're a defensive coordinator.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it And I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They'll try to run it in with Hardy. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Great job by the quarterback, the running back, and the offensive line, really selling pass. That's step one. If you're going to run an effective draw, it's got to look like pass, and then boom, you sneak it right to the running back, gets a big gain, and gets a first down.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Here's Simmons to throw. Rush is on. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. From the gun on 3rd down, Simmons. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Well, that's one the kicker would love to have back. Trailing by 3 here in the 4th quarter, just didn't hit it as flush as he would have liked.
So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. Boy, how big was that missed field goal? Would have tied the game, and now instead they've got the ball back. It's late, and they've got the lead. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Well, I'll tell you what, just watching this QB in the run game, he's going to break one. At some point in this game, he's going to break a home run. Defense did a nice job getting him down there, but this guy, I'm telling you, he's just a play away from taking it to the house. Keep letting this guy do his thing.
Left side is Green. Turning it on at the 30. He's at the 10. He is in. Touchdown, Tigers.
And how about the big tight end doing the work for the quarterback, man? Nice, short, safe throw. And how about the speed, the athletic ability? You've seen the evolution of the tight end in the history of football, and this is exactly why. They went from being a big target to now a guy that can make plays after the catch and make big home run plays like he did right there.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done. Intercepted, and the defense has set them up. Touchdown, Tigers! The defense takes matters into its own hands. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the offense takes over to dip into its bag of ball plays. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Throwing Simmons. Under pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Right side, it's Lee.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Right down the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Austin Simmons wants to fire again. Oh, pressure's coming. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. 2nd and long here. Simmons. Extending the play. Lets it fly. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense came into this game knowing that for them to win, they were going to have to make some big plays throwing the football. That just has not been the case. Here in the 4th quarter, they've been held to less than 200 passing yards, and that's really the story.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today?
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Simmons to throw for it on 4th. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Rides to the back. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Lewis on the play action. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call. They'll take the penalty and move them back. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. And they're just about out of chances. The defense can stop it one more time as the quarterback takes a knee. Long way to go on second down. And this one is just about in the books. The defense can stop the clock one more time as the offense takes a knee. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. The kick is on its way. Not a lot of room to field this one. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. Couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.